Professor Round and Professor Square by Madeline Elliott. Professor Round taught at the School of Shapes. Each teacher had a shape that he or she taught about. Professor Round's shape was the circle. Professor Round loved the circle, and he was determined to show every teacher in the school how great circles were. There was one teacher, though, that refused to like the circle. His name was Professor Square, and his favorite shape was the square. He thought that for a shape to be great, it must have points. Poor Professor Round, his shape didn't have any points. Then Professor Round had an idea. He would take Professor Square in his hot air balloon. They would go and see all the great circles of the world. Professor Square simply could not dislike circles then. So one day Professor Round invited Professor Square to go in his hot air balloon. "Where will we go?" asked Professor Square. "Wherever the circles are," replied Professor Round. Professor Square didn't think this would be a very exciting trip at all, but he agreed to go. Professor Round joyfully prepared the hot air balloon, and they were off. "Keep a lookout," hollered Professor Round over the wind. "Circles are everywhere." "Well, what's that?" asked Professor Square, pointing. "Those are jellyfish," answered Professor Round. "See the circles?" They continued flying until they saw something on the ground. "What's that circle?" asked Professor Square. "That's a crop circle," said Professor Round. "They're found all over the world." On and on they flew. This time, Professor Round didn't wait for Professor Square to ask. "That's Stonehenge," he explained. "It's been in England for centuries. See how it makes a circle?" "But circles aren't just found in extraordinary places," Professor Round continued as they headed closer to home. "See how these pipes make circles?" Finally, they were back home. "That was amazing," said Professor Square. "I never realized how many circles there were." "So do you like them now?" asked Professor Round. "Yes," said Professor Square, "but next time we are looking for squares."